But tonight, the section tournament begins. The Section 5AA section quarterfinals tonight is the second season here in Centennial Sports Arena. Hello, everybody. I'm Nick Walsh. I'm glad to be here. Glad you're joining us for this section quarterfinal matchup between the number 3 seeded Centennial Cougars and the number 6 seeded Totino-Grace Eagles. These teams played once in the regular season. Centennial won that game 5-3 back on February 3rd. As we take a look at the brackets for this Section 5AA hockey tournament, you see Centennial playing Totino-Grace. Everybody else playing tonight as well. Rogers taking on Irondale St. Anthony, who defeated Osseo earlier this week. Champlain Park hosting Mounds View tonight, and Maple Grove, the number 2 seed, taking on Spring Lake Park. That's the matchup to watch here tonight, as well as the winner of tonight's game will take on either the Crimson or the Panthers. As we are excited to be here, like we talked about, Totino-Grace comes in a record of 9-15 overall. Centennial at 17-5-3. And let's take a look at some players to watch here for this evening's matchup. First, the defenseman Jacob Puello, a senior. He leads this team in assists with 31. He comes in with 36 points, and he's played a key role defensively for this Centennial Cougar team, which allows just 2.16 goals allowed and has more than 89% on the penalty kill. Meanwhile, for Totino-Grace, the junior Carson Border, he leads this team in every offensive category. 14 goals, 15 assists, 29 points. This Totino-Grace team has struggled at times to score, averaging just about 2.8 points per game. He's going to have to come up big for Totino-Grace tonight. Let's take a look at the goalie matchups. First for Centennial, Jack Fuller. He's been outstanding this season. 16-5-3 on the season, 92.4% saves on the season. And you see that number, 569 saves, which looks pretty good until you switch over to the other goaltender for Totino-Grace, Wes Johnson. 685 saves. He's been asked to make yeoman's work defensively, and he's been able for the most part to do that. 3.34 goals allowed average, has a couple of shutouts, and again 91.5% saves as he's taken on nearly 750 shots this season. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups and the drop of the puck between the Centennial Cougars and the Totino-Grace Eagles coming up after this here on North Metro 15.
Hi, everyone. Al Roker here. As a guy with his own catchphrase, I appreciate that Smokey's only said,
"Only you can prevent wildfires."
But I'm filling in because there's a lot more to report. Like when there are parched or windy conditions out there, you gotta be extra careful with things like burning yard waste. After all, wildfires can start anywhere, even in your neck of the woods. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
And we're back here at Centennial Sports Arena as we are set to go. Totino-Grace with the junior Wes Johnson in goal. Thomas Quast and Gabe Sullivan on defense. The forwards tonight, Clayton Durr, number 15, and Sam Johnson, number 6. Landon Adams is the starting center for Tim Parkos and the Totino-Grace Eagles. Now for Centennial, the Cougars, Jack Fuller in goal, the senior number 35. On defense, Brendan Hammer, number 3, and number 37, the aforementioned Jacob Puello. The forwards tonight, number 23, A.J. Carls, and number 9, Peyton Blair. And the starting center for Centennial, number 17, Harper Searles. As the Cougars break camp from their goaltender. And Centennial, as we mentioned, the number 3 seed. There's Rich Menny, the head coach for the Centennial Cougars. Cougars trying to get back to the state tournament for the first time since the 2017-2018 season. As we are set to go and we're underway. Totino-Grace in the royal blue uniforms, white lettering, gold trim. Centennial with the white uniforms tonight. The anthracite letters and the red trim. as that one's tipped in. And chased here by A.J. Carls into the corner as this one's tipped back around. It'll be picked up by Clayton Durr going the other way for Totino-Grace. The first shot on net. Fuller an easy stick away, and now Carls will pick it up and clear. These two teams played one other time in the regular season, as we mentioned. Centennial got the best of Totino-Grace back on the 3rd of February. That was a 5-3 matchup. This is a very young Totino-Grace team. As we take a look, the Eagles have won the last 3 games. Margin of victory 13-5, and they are young and hungry. As we take a look, they've got not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 sophomores starting in the lineup tonight. Quast, Johnson, Galvin, and Durr are all sophomores. Wes Johnson just a junior, the only senior starting for them tonight. The senior number 20, Landon Adams, the center. So a dangerous team, as we'll have a whistle here, and this will come back out to center ice. Good pace, and it actually they'll call icing, I should say. So this will come all the way back in the Centennial zone. 2 minutes gone. A good pace. There we go. As you take a look, 15-5 the combined scores of the last 3 games for the Eagles in their 3-game winning streak. As that one's cleared back out to center. This will be chased by Gallivan. Back for Totino-Grace. Up to Ben Box, and now tipped in by Border. Before the Cougars chasing it over there, that's Owen Van Tassel. He leads this team in points with 50. 24 goals, 26 assists, and we've got another icing. It'll come all the way back. One of 4 games tonight, as we mentioned in the pregame. The entire quarterfinal slate for Section 5AA tonight. Rogers, the #1 seed. They're taking on Irondale St. Anthony. Champlain Park hosting Moundsview, and Maple Grove hosting Spring Lake Park. As this one wrapped around, held in nicely by Johnny Thrasher. Probably the best hockey name we've got here tonight. Johnny Thrasher keeps it in along the left point. And into the corner now as Austin Peterson will chase for Centennial. That's tipped back, and Peterson will pick it up a second time. Centennial having a hard time clearing the zone. They've iced the puck twice, and now that one's touched by the bench over there. So another face-off will come inside the defensive zone for Centennial. Cougars started hot, 11-2, but they have struggled just a bit here. Just 2-4 in their last 6 games. So looking to turn it around here in the second season and with a home playoff game. Not having a hard time clearing the zone early, as Peyton Blair will chase into the near corner, and now over to Hemmer on the far side, but this will be held in the zone by Adams. Adams another shot on, and Jack Fuller makes the save. We've talked about both of these goaltenders. They've been busy this season. Jack Fuller, 569 saves for the senior netminder for Centennial. 6 shutouts, 16-5-3. He was very good early and has been very good throughout the whole season. 1.95 goals allowed average. Anytime you can keep that number under 2, you're going to be in a lot of games, particularly with a team that can be as high octane as Centennial. They average more than 6 goals a game across the season. This is Carls back behind the net for Centennial. Trying to tip it out front, but we've got a whistle and a stoppage here, and we'll have a face-off just to the left of Wes Johnson. Peyton Blair, second on this team, 47 points, 23 goals, 24 assists. That trails just Van Tassel in terms of goals, and only Van Tassel and Puello have picked up more assists on the season. Face-off won by the Cougars, held in on the far side by Hemmer. Back behind the net now is Van Tassel, but tied up there by Trey Peck. And this will be tipped out. Here comes Totino-Grace. Sam Johnson throws it in and gets hit hard right on the blue line as it'll be picked up by Hemmer on the far side, and now around to Brody Pass. Here comes Matt Everson. And a blocker there by Quast as he was able to get in front of that shot. Just one shot on goal so far for Centennial as Anderson back behind the net. Now a centering pass right out front for Pass. The net is off its moorings. Nobody sees it. Not even the officials see it. That right mooring is off. And nobody seems to be in a hurry to fix it as this one will come out front. Pass couldn't get a stick on it. Now Schmeck from the left point. Tries to get it back behind the net for Van Tassel, but a nice play there by Adams to tie him up. Well, from behind, Van Tassel able to free himself out to Schmeck. On the right side as we've got a whistle, and finally the official sees that the net is off, but that was off for a good 30-35 seconds before the whistle finally blew. It's an opportunity for Centennial, and not sure if Wes Johnson even knew. If he was aware of it, he was in no hurry to fix it. We'll put it that way, and for good reason. And take a look at Jacob Puello as we talked about him in the pregame. This Centennial defense has been stout all year long. Here's Peck, and he gets it up the ice, and that's going to be too strong, and an icing call this time against Totino-Grace, and so the face-off comes all the way back into the Eagle zone. 13:05 to play here in the first period. A lot of back and forth here, but not a lot of activity on net so far. Face-off won by Searles, now for Peterson. Gets a tip back behind the net now for Blair. Blair brings it out front, turnaround shot, and that's knocked away. Not sure. Well, they'll call that a shot on net. They'll say that Wes Johnson did get a piece of that. Here comes Carl's out front. Now Searles from behind has it after it was tipped off Carl's stick. And now tipped around, kept in nicely by Searles again. And now Totino-Grace able to pick it up. Here's Howie Moore bringing it in onside. Right out front, shot knocked away by Fuller. Nice job by Fuller to transition his weight off to the right to make the save. Here comes Blair the other way, but unable to bring it back in, and this will roll all the way down. They'll wave the icing off here as it's chased by Peterson for Centennial. Now Everson with 12-11, and they'll wave the icing off there as well. They'll say Drake Ramirez had a chance at it. And around the boards on the near side, here comes Puello keeping it in, but skated right past the puck, and now Adams gets it up the ice for Johnson. Johnson with a hard hit from Brendan Hemmer on the far side, and the puck coming free and all the way down, and Wes Johnson taking no chances there. He'll cover up. There's no question Totino-Grace came into this game with some energy. You can tell the way that they have skated so far that they do not feel necessarily like the underdog here. And the way that they have played stands to reason why they wouldn't the last couple of games. He's off and a big drive there, but well wide of the net. On the far side. And for a young team like this, is Totino-Grace trying to clear, unable to do so now. Carls has it. Brock Carls. This is thrown wide of the net. Now a centering pass, but nobody home for Centennial, and it'll be flipped back out to center ice by Sam Johnson. Back in the zone, out of the net is Fuller to play the puck. Now for Hoylo. Far side for Ramirez. That gets tipped away, and back the other way are the Eagles. Nice job by Hemmer. He brings down the offensive player. That was Will De La Forest, and De La Forest went down hard. And brought back the other way. Here comes Centennial. That's Brock Carls up the ice now for Brody Pass, and Pass's shot goes into the high netting back behind the net. So we'll have a stoppage here with 10:48 to play. Talked about the 3-game winning streak, and all teams that Totino-Grace probably would have been favored in. St. Cloud Cathedral, they defeated 4-1. Spring Lake Park 6-2, and then Little Falls 5-2. All schools that are relatively the same size or smaller. So, but a chance for a young team like this is there's a tip play out in front for Kate Anderson, but wide of the net. That was a good schedule for a young team like Totino-Grace to try and build some confidence before the season ended. Here come the Cougars down. This is tipped away. Howie Moore's got it. He'll throw it back in. 10:15 to play here in our first period. No score. Moore tips it out front. Trying to find Landon Adams, and now right out front, Adams a second opportunity on the near side, and Van Tassel is able to pick up the puck. Owen Van Tassel, the senior, will bring it all the way down the ice. One times it, and sticked away by Wes Johnson. Shots starting to come a little more frequently for Centennial. Totino-Grace had a couple of early, but now Centennial leading in that category 4-2. See, Van Tassel had a couple of scores against Totino-Grace the first time around. As this one cleared out to center and all the way down, chasing it quickly is Adams, but first to it was Peyton Blair. And Centennial. A.J. Carls gets it out front to Puello to Blair, and Blair's shot goes wide. Might have been tipped out front. Blair trying to keep it in, and does. And now tips it back, and now across the ice, a shot and a goal. Harper Searles, the sophomore, his 18th goal of the season, and Centennial strikes first. It's 1-0. Tic-tac-toe, what do you know? A great play by Centennial to get the goal, and Searles puts the Cougars out front 1-0. A highlight reel play there to get us going as we watch on the replay. This was a nice play right out front as it went to the corner first, and then Blair was able to keep it in the zone. And it looked as though he was maybe going to try and pass or take the shot, but instead to Puello and then to Searles for the goal. So Searles gets the goal. Puello and Blair get the assist on it, and now back the other side, a shot and a goal to tie the game. Very quickly, that's Sam DeYoung, the junior, his third goal of the season, and Totino-Grace with the immediate answer. No more do we have to talk about Centennial's goal. That the Eagles come right back and remind people that they're still here tonight. And so, dueling goals by 17s. As you can see, that one came right out front. Looked like the initial play got by, but Sam DeYoung gets the goal as Howie Moore picks up the single assist, his 9th of the year. So less than 40 seconds after the initial goal for Centennial, Totino-Grace gets the equalizer. This one's cleared back out to center as Durr now gives it off for Moore. Moore trying to sling it back out front for Adams, but the pass was wide. Keeping it in is Adams. Pinned against the wall by Van Tassel. Well, the battle picked up here by Thrasher, who keeps it in and blasts it into the corner now as we're halfway home. Big hit in the corner here as Matt Averson got a hit on Clayton Durr. Now this one's tipped back out to center, cleared out by Anderson, and now Everson will bring it in for Centennial. Coming up on 9 minutes gone in this first period, and we have had end-to-end action here early. It's been a good one so far as Sam Johnson tried to bring it in. Devin Schmeck was able to tip it back out. Here comes Van Tassel, 1-on-3. Instead, he'll bring it to the corner, holding the puck in the corner. Now tipped away, and the Eagles bringing it back out now. Would have been offsides as Rudy Mihelich was well offside, so the Eagles had to wait, and now it's cleared back out to center. Gallivan will throw it back in, and we've got a whistle here in a stoppage with 7:38 to play here in the first period, and it'll be another icing call as the faceoff will come back in the Eagle zone. Rich Minnie building up the resume here at Centennial. He's been here for several years at this point, as Puello throws it towards the net, looking for a tip out front, and now a shot here by Brock Carls. That was blocked away, and now Totino-Grace doing a nice job of clogging the middle there as they bring it back out to center. Thrown in by Border and around the boards now for Gallivan. Back behind the net to pick it up now is Peterson for Centennial. Up the ice now for Ramirez, off to Brock Carls. Brock Carls one-times it. Wes Johnson with the stick save into the corner. Keegan Johnson now with it for Centennial. 10 minutes gone here in period one. 10 minutes off the boards. 1-1 our score as Drake Ramirez with the puck now for Puello. Puello looking for a tip. Well wide as Border chase it down and does. Gets it up now to Ben Box. And Box is boxed out by Puello, but here comes from behind. Here's Border, tips it right out in front. Wrap around, try by Box. Rebound out front is tipped away, and now the turnaround chance by Border as that got Peterson as he went down, but is back up on the play, and now finally tipped across, but not out as Moore keeps it in for Totino-Grace. And finally cleared out by Drake Ramirez. Centennial with a full-scale change here as Thrasher will be back to play the puck for Totino-Grace. As he'll dump in, and no change coming here for Totino-Grace as Durr will chase it to the corner. Durr battling for the puck, now picked up by Everson. Around the boards to Hemmer, and back out to center ice. Thrasher will meet it there. And now Everson again pushes it out. Searles, the tip pass now for Blair. Blair had it tipped off his stick by Thrasher. Held in the zone by Centennial. Everson centering pass out front by Searles. Rebound right out front, but no chance. Searles made a bid for a second goal, and now the turnaround chance, but Johnson takes it out of the air and stops the clock with 5:29 to play in the period. As we see this opportunity for Totino-Grace as Box tried to jam it in, and now on the other side Searles with the chance, and then Blair with the rebound, but puck was bouncing around in the end and went straight into the air. Centennial starting to get chances more often here. Shots on goal now favoring Centennial by an 11-5 margin so far. Here comes Anderson back in the zone for Van Tassel. Van Tassel with the shot, but Quast was able to get a stick on it defensively to knock it down. Now a wraparound try, and it's lost all the way down the ice for Centennial. Fuller trying to keep the pressure on, but Sam Johnson is able to deflect that one and slow the play. Here's Hemmer now, and he'll throw it all the way down. They'll wave the icing off on this one as it's tipped back out to center. Johnson will have it across the ice for Mihelich, and now back the other way for Anderson. Off to Brody pass, and back to Anderson. Centers it out front for Everson. That's tipped around, and finally will be cleared all the way up. That's going to hit one of the girders way up in the ceiling, and that'll stop play here with 4:34 to play. Got to get it up there to get the girders here at the Centennial Sports Arena, but it's kind of like hitting the scoreboard on a punt at the Dallas Cowboys Stadium. Not impossible. As you see Tim Parkos, he's got to be pleased so far with the way his team is skated tonight, as this is cleared down the ice for Totino-Grace. De La Forest will chase along with Schmeck for Centennial. And it's held in the zone temporarily, at least for the Eagles, and now all the way down. This will result in an icing. So the faceoff will come in the Centennial defensive zone here with 4:16 to play in the period. This Totino-Grace team has 9 sophomores and freshmen on this team. They are a very young team overall. Only got six seniors overall. And they're holding their own so far in this 3-6 matchup. Cleared out to center by Centennial. Here's Carls bringing it in. And he'll try it. That one was knocked down, but Wes Johnson didn't have a good beat on it. It came right off the pads and bounced straight back out. Searles will trace this one back behind the net. And now Schmeck will have it. Back out to center, picked up by Searles. This is a 2-on-2 with Carls to his right and Blair behind him now. It's thrown back behind the net. Picked up now by the Eagles, and this will be more clearing it back out to center for Border. Border, high snapshot over the top of Fuller. Puello able to control the puck. Now out to A.J. Carls. Trying to bring it in, but play gummed up by Howie Moore. And cleared back out to center for Durr. 1-on-3, he goes down. There's going to be a penalty on this one. And Totino-Grace is going to go on the man advantage for the first time, and we might have an injured player on the play. Very slow to get up is Clayton Durr, who got hit there by A.J. Carls. So Carls will go to the box for 2 minutes. Durr still on his knees on the ice. So with 2 minutes remaining, or I should say 3:11 remaining in the first period. A 2-minute power play coming up. As Totino-Grace, about 26% on the power play this season. 25.8%. Centennial's been very good on the penalty kill this season. 89.2% on the penalty kill this season. So they've been very efficient on the penalty kill. Here's Border throwing one on net on the backhand try. Now he'll pick it up in the corner as well, as it's now Adams with it. Adams has it taken away. Lyndon Hemmer able to tip it around, but unable to clear, as Gallivan has it now. Oh, off to the left point. Nobody was home. Mistake there for Totino-Grace, as Quast has to chase all the way back to pick it up. Gabe Gallivan will bring it in now. On the boards, find Sam Johnson, and does. Johnson hit hard by Matt Everson as it comes all the way out to center. Everson will bring it back, but we've got a whistle from behind, and so the stoppage here. The puck will come back out to the neutral zone for the face-off. 1:07 remaining on the power play here for Totino-Grace. Haven't really been able to mount anything so far on the man advantage. Ben Box will bring it all the way back now for Moore, and across for Thrasher. Searles drives Thrasher all the way back behind his own net. 50 seconds left on the power play. Thrasher turns it over. Searles picks it up, and it's all the way back. Wes Johnson has to come out of the crease to play the puck, and now here comes Trey Peck. As Peck brings it across, then he'll be able to try and set, but he just gets thrown down. Peck, just a freshman, and Centennial just not respecting that play right there, as Peck just gets pushed over. Here's Thrasher now with 20 seconds to go. And Everson will be able to chase this one down. 15 seconds to go. And Searles will clear it out now for Blair. 10 seconds remaining on the power play as Blair trying to get around. Now centers it for Searles. It was a little wide, but it'll come out now to Hemmer. And Hemmer trying a shot, but it was blocked away by Sam DeYoung as the penalty time comes to a close. So Totino-Grace 0 for 1 on the power play tonight. Final minute of play here in the first period. Searles out front. Now it gets all the way through. Walking in is Anderson. Now throws it from behind the net out front. It got tipped away. And this will be cleared all the way down the ice. Chasing it quickly, and they'll whistle it. Sam Johnson got there just after it crossed the red line. And so the faceoff will go all the way back in the Totino-Grace zone. Nice hustle there by Sam Johnson, but just not quite enough steam to get there before the puck crossed the line. .44.3 seconds to go. And Tassel against Adams, and that's won by Van Tassel, held in the zone. But Adams gets the last laugh there, pushes it back out now for Moore. Moore brings it in. One times it is Fuller able to make the stick save. 6th save of the day for Fuller in 7 shots. Down in the final 20 seconds, Van Tassel working hard defensively on Durr back behind the net. And finally Durr just goes down. Johnson will trade places with him. 10 seconds to play. Durr will bring it out now for Thresher. Thresher backhand right out in front, a shot and a goal. Howie Moore. And with 4.1 seconds remaining in the first period, Totino-Grace takes the lead as Howie Moore will get his 6th goal of the season. And remember that one. First minute goals and last minute goals are always paramount. And for a young team, Howie Moore is able to get in front of the defenseman Cade Anderson. Fuller was not able to shift across, and Howie Moore gets the goal at 16:55 of the first period as time runs out. And a huge last second goal for the Totino-Grace Eagles by Howie Moore. And will give them the lead as Thresher gets the assist along with Clayton Durr. And so these Eagles, the number 6 seed, will hold the lead over the 3 seed Centennial Cougars after 1. It is 2-1 Totino-Grace here on North Metro 15.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Back here at the Centennial Sports Arena, 2-1 Totino-Grace, the number 6 seed, leading the 3rd seeded Centennial Cougars after 1 period of action. Nick Walsh with you here. Glad you're joining us as we had an eventful first period as the Centennial Cougars opened up the scoring here on a 1-0 lead. It was about 10 minutes in, 7:09 into the first period, and it was Harper Searles getting the first tally after we take a look here at Jack Fuller making the save early. And he was busy early as Totino-Grace was able to get in a couple of good shots as Ben Box was able to bring it down. But a beautiful play here initially as Wes Johnson made some opportunities. But right here, this was Puello passing it across initially, and then it came out to Blair, and he was able to keep it back in, and he passed it off to Puello, who passed it to Jacob Searles, his 18th goal of the season. And that was at the 7:09 mark as Centennial got the early 1-0 lead. But Totino-Grace was able to come back as Howie Moore passing it right out front to Sam DeYoung, his third goal of the season. And that was less than a minute later at 7:51 of the first period, and that tied the game. It stayed that way until just 5 seconds remaining as Howie Moore was able to pick up the goal. Thrasher and Durr getting the assists, and Howie Moore has been the early pick to click as the senior. Just 13 points in the regular season, 5 goals and 8 assists, but he's been able to be a factor in both. The 2 goals for Totino-Grace is they have the early 2-1 lead after 1 period of action. And if you are the team that is the lower seed, if you are the team that is not expected to win the game, you have to be the aggressor early. And I think it's fair to say Totino-Grace, despite the fact that they're being outshot by Centennial 12-8, they've had the ability and the confidence maybe from that 3-game winning streak to come out with a little bit of moxie. And now they have thrown the initial punch. We'll see if Rich Menne's Centennial Cougars can come out now and throw a counter punch here to take control. And you can think for sure that Tim Parkos very happy with the way his team performed in the first period. And we'll see if Centennial can answer here in the second, as Carls will bring it down off the faceoff and immediately takes a shot, and that hits the post. Ringing the dinner bell as it was past Wes Johnson, now back the other way quickly. This is Adams back behind the net. Centennial nearly bought one right back, and now here's a breakaway for Carls. He'll have another chance. Carls walking in, now turn around, right out in front. A shot by Searles is knocked away. That's 2 wonderful opportunities, and now Blair gets around the defense back behind the net. Centennial has come out with a bit of a fervor here in this second period. A.J. Carls now to the point. Walking it in is Blair. A shot is wide. Held in by Hemmer and thrown to the corner. It'll be a race to the puck. There's Howie Moore, but he can't clear it. This is Puello keeping it in. Puello off to Searles and across. Walking in, that's Carls with a shot. That's knocked away by Johnson. Out to Hemmer, another chance right out front, tipped around, rebound out front by Puello, and finally covered up by Wes Johnson. Centennial has come out with a purpose here in the first minute and 13 seconds. They have had several huge opportunities to score. Wes Johnson has been a factor in saving most of them, but that first one got past him as we watched Wes Johnson there, able to shift around as Puello was knocking on the doorstep, but Johnson turned him away. As Anderson will pick it up here for Centennial off the faceoff. Going back in and around, trying to get it around for pass. And pass trying to control it, but it's tipped away from him by Border. Up to center ice. This is DeYoung walking in, gets around the defense, and a shot right on, but Fuller is able to make the save. And so Totino-Grace getting a counter swing there. Centennial is out shooting 16-9. It was 12-8 coming into the period, so already 4 shots on goal for Centennial, and the first one there for Totino-Grace. Off the draw, it's Puello for Centennial, walking right out in front of the net. Getting it back out to center ice, meeting up there with DeYoung. And it's thrown right back into the Centennial defensive zone as Hemmer will pick it up. Back now to Puello. And for Palmer LeMay, first time we've called his name tonight. Now back the other, quick shot there by Quast is high. Puello again. Off now for LeMay, the junior, with 7 points on the season. For the Cougars, as this will be icing all the way back down. Centennial trying to get the equalizer there. You can see Rich Menne trying to figure out the secret sauce here to tie this one up. Keegan Johnson to take the face-off against Gabe Gallivan. Check that, that's Trey Peck out there, number 8. Well, now they're both going to get thrown out. Drake Ramirez will come back in. As the face-off controlled by Totino-Grace. Run up the ice pass now to Johnson. The centering pass, nobody was home. Tipped by Kurtvold. And now centered again. This time Ramirez lets it get by the stick. And it's cleared back out to center. Everson will chase it all the way back. Everson weaving his way through the defense to get it back out to center ice, but can't clear it any further than that. And it'll be picked up here by Thrasher. And Ramirez will have to chase it all the way back again. There's Brock Carls to bring it in. Right to center it, and Wes Johnson tips it out in front. It's lost, and a shot on the goal! Off the rebound. And I believe that might have been Devin Schmeck, but we'll wait. Or was it Johnson? Looks like Keegan Johnson leading the goal scoring line there, as that one was tipped in the air. Wes Johnson really had no idea where it was. And Johnson's going to get credit for the goal as Carls throws it out in front, and you can see it bounces out front. Initially, Schmeck took the swing at it and missed it, and that might have actually thrown off Johnson further, and that allowed Keegan Johnson to get the assist. So a single assist for Carls on the shot by Keegan Johnson. And that ties things up at 2. For Carls, his 12th assist of the year. Johnson gets goal number 6 on the year. And we're all knotted up at 2 here in the second period. And a centering pass, that's tipped away. Quast will tip it to the corner now. And it'll stay in the zone. Hemmer keeps it in. Here's Van Tassel throwing it back behind the net. Tried to get it to pass. And tied up in the corner. Finally brought back out, but loose as it gets past Adams and will be chased to the corner. Johnson trying to keep it in. Big pile up there. And finally Peck is able to pick it up and throw it all the way down the ice. We'll have an icing. Centennial's had the better of the shots on goal here in the period. 6 shots on goal for the Cougars, just 2 for the Eagles. And don't forget the one that beat Johnson but hit the post. It could very easily be 3 or even 4-2 based on the quality of the shots that Centennial has taken here in the second period. Here's Everson keeping it in. Big pile up there. Blair comes out with it. Back behind the net, waiting. Searles to his left. Everson to the right. It comes out to Carlson, tipped out front for Blair, and that goes into the high netting. Centennial putting together some quality offense here in the second period, and it is paid off with a goal, and they're striving for more. Searles against Box. Tipped around and picked up by Hemmer. Hemmer again, and all the way down. Carls is behind the defense, all alone, brings it in. A shot is knocked away by Johnson. Nice save there with the pad by Wes Johnson, and all the way down the ice now. 5 minutes gone here in the second period, and it's been high octane yet again here in the second period after we had a great first period as well. Carls brings it in again. And he'll throw it on net again, and Wes Johnson plays it away. Back the other way now is Border. Border one times it high. The rebound on the far side. Quast tries to tip it out front, but meeting it there is Austin Peterson. Peterson for Blair, back for Peterson, that was behind him. And back out to center ice. Box will try and play it, and he gets dragged down. And now picked up here by Puello. Off down to Searles. Blair and Puello. Now Puello across, and the shot is covered up by Johnson. It was somewhat similar to the first goal of the night for Centennial, but plenty of time as we look at the replay here of that earlier breakaway by Carls, as he was all alone. He got behind the defense of Totino-Grace, and Wes Johnson was the last resort, and he was able to keep this a tie game. Brock Carls brings it out, trying to center it. That was tipped away. Gabe Gallivan will bring it back. This is a 2-on-1. Gallivan one-times it, and again, high in the net. Back the other way now, Everson. Knocked off the puck by Quast, but Brock Carls waits for it, and it gets past him. Hard hitting here as Ramirez takes a shot as he goes to play the puck. And now back out to center. Played here by Sam Minnie, the junior. And now Centennial unable to hold the zone. Everson will play it back in his own zone. Back up for Ramirez. Ramirez able to hold it as he throws it out front. Van Tassel was there for a tip, but it went wide. And now right out front again. Van Tassel was skating in. Centennial continuing to put pressure on this Totino-Grace defense. And there'll be a icing call. So again, the faceoff will come in the Totino-Grace zone. We haven't had a whole lot of time inside the Centennial defensive zone, at least from an offensive perspective. There have been times when the puck's been down there, but as we watch that walk in by Van Tassel, but wide of the net. Centennial are now out shooting Totino-Grace 10-2 here in the second period. Again, the faceoff controlled by Centennial. Anderson, the turnaround is wide. And Tassel trying to play it in the corner, but it's tipped away from him. And Durr can't do anything with it either. Thrasher, as Thrasher goes down, we're going to have a penalty against Centennial. Totino-Grace going on the power play for the second time tonight on this delayed penalty. Here comes Johnson. Johnson gets it out to Moore. Moore controls now into the far side. For Adams, now right out in front. That's tipped away, but controlled by Totino-Grace. Carson Border, this is 6-on-5 as Wes Johnson is out of the net for Totino-Grace. Howie Moore again. Up the ice. Off the stick of Adams and finally touched up by the Cougars. So a power play coming up here with 8:56 to play here in the second period. Let's watch the penalty here as he's just drugged down on the play, and I believe it's interference the call, and it'll be against Brody Pass. So Totino-Grace 0 for 1 today on the power play. Holding will be the call. Check that. Yeah, about 26% on the power play, but Centennial exceedingly good at the penalty kill at better than 89%. Everson tipped that puck away, didn't realize it. As the puck picked up by Border now. Thrasher brings it back. 90 seconds on the power play as it's tipped in by Border. Everson will chase and blast it around the boards, but well, Moore wasn't able to hold it. All the way back now for Thrasher as Centennial will be able to get a partial change in. The forwards will change with that one on the long change. Totino-Grace will make almost a full-scale change. Thrasher, the only player still on the ice from the previous line. Down to 1 minute remaining on the power play. Sam Johnson brings it in. Van Van Tassel now takes it away. Now up for Blair. 2-on-2. Here comes a 3-on-2. Blair tries to send it across for Van Tassel. It was tipped away by Durr. We got kind of a tussle here. Van Tassel tied up on the near side with Durr as the puck around on the far side. Down to 33 seconds remaining in the power play. Quast back behind his own net. Up the ice now for Box. Around the boards, Fuller plays it back to the near side. 20 seconds left on the power play. Box back behind the net. Nobody was out in front. Gallivan now gives it off to Box. Walking in, a shot that's knocked down by Blair. Here's Gallivan on the rebound. He puts it out front. Tipped around. Gallivan had a second shot. Now 30 seconds to go. A one-timer by Box is defended nicely by Carls. And the penalty time comes to a close. And the puck bounces up in front of the net. And Fuller is able to cover up here with 6:50 to play here in the second period. You can see the physicality of Centennial and how that played into that penalty kill. They were able to get in there and just tie up Totino-Grace. They were unable to just get much going and had a hard time again gaining the zone. That one hit a stanchion off the face-off, so it stays in the zone. And Everson will play it back now across the ice to the near side for Schmeck. Now Searles will bring it in. He goes down, but incidental, they'll say. And now it comes out. Big blast there by Everson. And that's knocked down in traffic. It'll come all the way back out to center. 6:20 to go here in the second period. 2-2 our score. As this one's picked up by Border. And now he'll play it off the wall for DeYoung. And DeYoung blasts one on net, and Fuller makes the save. Now A.J. Carl's back the other way. Tried to drop it off for Searles, but that pass a little bit wide. And here comes Border again the other way, back out to center ice. The ice too strong. Schmeck will throw it back the other way, and now Howie Moore will get a stick on it. Under 6 minutes to play. No shots on goal, they'll say, in that power play for the Eagles. Still stuck at 12 after the power play. Searles back behind the net. Tried a spinorama pass, but couldn't get it off. And around the boards to the near side now for Ramirez, who will chase it. Also back there, Brock Carls. Carls will come up with it. Now Hemmer. Big blast is wide. Puello off the rebound. Walking in, centering pass, the shot knocked away. Keegan Johnson was right on the doorstep. Ramirez will keep it in. Now Johnson back again behind the net. Now Brock will wrap it around there. Brock Carls, and that goes right across the goal mouth. Now Hemmer walking back in, and a shot, and that hit the post. Second time in the period that Centennial has hit the post. One crossbar, one post, and the dinner bell has been rung twice to our right against the Totino-Grace goaltender, as we watch here. As Hemmer beats the goaltender and right off the inside of that post. You don't have to be a geography major to know that just a little bit to the right, and that clanks in instead of out. Down under 5 minutes remaining in the second period. As this one is tipped away and back out to center by the Eagles. Johnson able to tip that one back, but controlled by Centennial. Cade Anderson rather. They'll bring it in on the left wing. A shot by pass. That's caught in the glove of Wes Johnson. Up to 25 shots on goal for Centennial, and now just 12 for Totino-Grace. 13-4 on the shots on goal in the period. Thoroughly controlled by Centennial, but just the one goal. And so we remain tied. Van Van Tassel to take the face off against Border. Anderson getting it across to Peterson right out front. And that one got all the way through. It looked like Cade Anderson fell down. He was pushed, and that ended up giving a clean look for Wes Johnson, who was able to see it right into the glove. Another face-off won by the Cougars. Peterson trying to throw it out front for Van Tassel, but it got tipped away. Anderson back there. Now it comes right back out as a backhand try there by Van Tassel is turned away by Johnson. Point blank range. And Johnson was able to make another save. Everson will bring it back in. Everson, a wraparound drive. That goes across the goal mouth. Anderson off the rebound. And the ice has been thoroughly slanted to our right, particularly here in the last 10 minutes or so. Back the other way, here's Durr. Durr gives it off to Johnson. Johnson with the wrist shot that's knocked away by Fuller. Peterson back the other way for Centennial, trying to center it for a pass, but he was tied up on the play, and now the puck rolling back behind the net, and a big hit by Van Tassel, and we've got a player down. That's Howie Moore for Totino-Grace. I do not see a penalty on the play, but Moore is down here with 3 minutes and 10 seconds to play in the period. Looked like he might have gotten hit up high. And so slow to get up here is Howie Moore. And Moore has been integral here offensively with a goal and an assist on the 2 goals tonight. Moore still down on the play, and looks like maybe a trainer coming out at this point to check him out. As Moore is able to get up, and looks like he'll be able to skate off under his own power, which is a good sign here for Totino-Grace and obviously for Howie Moore personally. Three minutes, 10 seconds to play here in the second period. Centennial continues to control the play. Down to our right, A.J. Carls with the puck. Gets it out to Hammer and across now to Puello. Puello one-times it. That's wide of the net. A.J. Carls hunts it down, keeps it in the zone. Carls holding it along the boards. As the puck comes back down, chased here by Sam DeYoung. DeYoung plays it off now for Mihelic. And a wrap around the boards here on the near side now for DeYoung again. Back behind the net for Mihelic. Also there is Box. As Puello is able to clear it back out to center. 2:15 remaining. A.J. Carls losing the puck. And the Eagles are able to clear. That one bounced off one of the linesmen and all the way down the ice. Puello will chase. Totino-Grace will change. As this one's back out to center. Kick save and a beauty by Thrasher to keep it from going past center ice. Now Munley will have it on the far side now for Thrasher. Under 2 minutes to play, second period. Shots on goal are heavily favoring Centennial, but the scoreboard is even. Puck will be centered out front, nobody home, and Munley will have to chase it all the way back out into his own zone now for Thrasher. Back up the ice to Adams. Adams brings it in, one-times it, and the rebound, or I should say the save there by Fuller. As we take a look again at the hit on Howie Moore. As Moore right there, he got hit up high a bit and went down hard, but no penalty on the play, and so it was a play on. Moore able to come off the ice on his own. Border wraps it around, kept in the zone by Quast. Coming up on 1 minute remaining here in the second period. We've already had one last-minute goal, practically a last-second goal. Remember, Moore scored with 4.1 seconds to go in the first period to give the Eagles at the time a 2-1 lead, as we've got an icing call here, and the faceoff will be in the Centennial defensive zone. Shots have been a premium for Totino-Grace since, however. They have just 6 shots in the second period. Centennial is up to 15 here in the second period. 27-14 overall in favor of Centennial. Face-off controlled by the Eagles. This is Box. Van Tassel working on him defensively. And finally it comes out. Pass is able to clear it back out to center. Kate Anderson will bring it in. Anderson brings it out in front, and the wrist shot is stopped by Johnson here with 34.3 seconds to go, and now a little bit of extracurricular in front of the net. As Johnson is able to hold on. And so the faceoff will come inside the Totino-Grace zone now. Changes coming here for Centennial. They'll have the number 1 line out there. Searles, Moore, and Carls. There were 32 seconds to go, but the Eagles are the team that wins the faceoff. This is flipped out, and a bouncing puck will stay inside the blue line for a moment, but cleared back out. 22 seconds to go. Chased here by Everson. He goes down, and with 17 seconds to play, Centennial is going to go on the power play for the very first time tonight. Here with 17 seconds to go in the period. We remember the last second goal for Totino-Grace, but this could be a potential watershed moment too. Centennial, as Box will go to the aforementioned Box on the penalty. So the freshman in the box for the final 17 and potentially longer into the third period. Hooking was the call as Everson throws a shot in front of the net. That's tipped around, still in front of the net. Final seconds, and it's cleared back out. Searles will chase, but out of time here in the second period. And so the Centennial Cougars, with a power play of nearly 40%, will have a minute 44 to start the third period. A goal for Centennial to knot things up at 2. Deuces wild. 2-2 after 2. Here in this Section 5A quarterfinal, we'll be back with the third period on the other side. You're watching high school hockey on North Metro TV. Two our score here in the Section 5AA quarterfinal. Totino-Grace, the number 6 seed, hanging with the 3 seed Centennial. As we take a look at the highlights of this second period, and Centennial with some early chances, as it was Harper Searles and Jacob Puello, each with great opportunities. And then we see here another opportunity there for Centennial as it's tipped around, and the Cougars able to finally pressure things and pick up the goal. As we look at here, here's Carls. That one goes wide, but On the rebound, the opportunity there for Keegan Johnson to pick up his 6th goal. You see it bounces out of the air. Schmeck took the first swing, and Johnson got kind of fooled by that. And then on the rebound, Johnson was able to make the save, and then Carls was able to break away, but a great save there by Wes Johnson to keep things even at 2. Centennial certainly had the opportunity with 16 shots in the second period, only 6 for Totino-Grace. 2-period total. Centennial 2-1 advantage in shots on goal, 28-14. Rich Minnie trying to get his team to the semifinals. They'll try and take on either Maple Grove or Spring Lake Park. That game will be Saturday night, 7 o'clock at Fogarty Arena. And if the Centennial Cougars are there, North Metro 15 will also be there. Right now, that one not a guarantee at this point, at least. Centennial and Totino-Grace tied at 2. And you've got a young team that's hungry in Totino-Grace, and Tim Parkos knows that a close game late sometimes can favor the youth. And we'll see what happens here as we are set for period number 3, and the opening salvo of the 3rd period tipped into the Centennial defensive zone. Remember, Centennial on the power play for the first minute and 44 seconds of this 3rd period. Here comes Blair. And walking in, shot is on, but Johnson makes the save. Now about to Everson at the top. Van Tassel now for Everson. He'll throw it towards the net. That one hit a stick that looks like it was out of the hand of Quast. And that stick actually deflected the puck from getting on net, and now cleared all the way out. 1 minute remaining on the power play. Centennial comes in 38.8% on the power play. Totino-Grace 82.6% on the penalty kill. Here's Searles bringing it in. 45 seconds left on the power play. Out to Blair. That's off his stick. Van Tassel to turn around. That got deflected away. Everson one-times it and gloved out of the air as Wes Johnson able to reach high to pull it out of the sky. 36 seconds on the power play, but a great save there as that one got tipped. And Johnson was able to go up high to make the catch. Searles to take the face-off against Johnson, and Searles wins the draw. Everson throws it on net, and a shot and a goal. Might have been tipped out front by Carls. We'll wait and see, but a power play goal for Centennial gives them the lead. Looks like Everson believes it was all the way from him as he'll lead the way. So Centennial, after an early 1-0 lead, fell behind 2-1, but with the goal here at 1:14 on the power play, has taken the lead back at 3-2. And it will be Everson with his 3rd goal of the season. Searles will get the single assist. Searles with a goal and an assist on the power play goal from Everson at 1:14 of the period, and that gives Centennial their first lead. Remember, Centennial took the first lead of the game, but it only took about 42 seconds after their goal for Totino-Grace to tie things up. It was a very quick tie after the early lead for Centennial. Here's Thrasher, left side. That's tipped away, and Brock Carls is able to clear it back out to center. Clayton Durr. And now picked up by Sam Johnson. Plays it to the near side for Howie Moore, and that's a good sign, by the way, as well. Remember, Moore was the player that went down in the second period after a hard hit. Now Van Tassel brings it back in, and he hit the post. A wide angle chance. Schmeck back to play the puck, so a good sign, if nothing else, that Moore is feeling good again, as DeYoung will have the puck. Now for Border. And all the way down, Schmeck will play the puck. 14:28 to go here in the third period. Centennial has not led since midway through the first period until now, after the power play goal by Everson. As Box is able to play it out for Border. And back out to center, but Schmeck will throw it right back in. Quast is able to get to it first for Gallivan. And now all the way down the ice, and we'll have an icing call here with 13:52 to go. So another face-off inside the Totino-Grace defensive zone. And ever since about maybe 5 minutes into the second period, Centennial has just really controlled the pace and tempo of this one and has been able to keep the puck mostly inside the Totino-Grace defensive zone. From an offensive perspective, Totino-Grace has had a couple of opportunities, but none that have been particularly great from an offensive standpoint. And a big hit on the far side. Huge hit there by Trey Peck. Check that. That's Sam Johnson, as he completely leveled Peyton Blair in the far corner. Here comes A.J. Carls now for Blair. And Blair wrists one over the top. Puello now will throw it back to the far corner. Blair picks it up, but Johnson is there as well. Johnson will clear it, and this will go for icing. And another face-off coming in the Eagle zone. Fuller, 12 saves on the night, 14 shots taken. Had a couple of tough ones, particularly that last second one. Really good play for Totino-Grace with about 5 seconds remaining in the first period. Into the weak side, wasn't able to shift over, but other than that, as this is picked up here, hasn't been pressured a lot. This has been a stellar defensive game from that perspective from the boys in front of the goaltender. They have kept the pressure off their goaltender for the most part tonight. Peterson flips it back out to center. And all the way down, here's Gallivan to chase it. Peterson couldn't quite keep it in along the near side. And thrown down the ice, and I believe we will have another icing. We will. Well, full changes coming here for both squads, it looks like. Just one shot on goal. That was the Centennial goal. Outside of that, both netminders have been quiet here in the third period. You know, that guy right there, he's looking for an insurance goal from his team to try and put a little space in between them and this plucky Eagles team here. And Tassel will play it from the far side. Got around pass. Back out to center now. Here comes Border. Box is in front. The centering pass goes wide. Now picked up here by Hemmer. Back the other way, Centennial. Hemmer tries to get around the defense, but Thrasher won't allow it. Puello will throw it back in for Centennial. Looks like a change coming for the Cougars. 11:40 to play. 3-2 Centennial. It was 2-1 Totino-Grace after one period. 2-2 after two. And Centennial getting a power play goal here in the third period. And Matt Everson to take the lead. Box sends it out for Gallivan. And that one deflects off a stick and right into the Centennial box on the far side. 11:12 remaining in the third period now. Face-off won by Centennial as Schmeck will throw it into the zone. A.J. Carl's trying to take a wide angle shot. That got deflected away and into the near corner. There's a big hit here from behind. Looked like Adams went down. Able to get up right away, and a shot rolling towards Jack Fuller. He's able to cover up. Fuller been a little busier the last couple of minutes. 3 shots for Totino-Grace, but all of them fairly routine. A game where it's 1 goal. Every shot counts, though, as here's a shot that goes just wide by Sam Johnson. Off the rebound, a throw by Gallivan, and now a 3rd chance. Bouncing puck right out in front. And finally cleared out by Centennial as Carls is able to clear out. That was a quality shot for Totino-Grace. And now back the other way. A chance for Carls, but he was all tied up defensively by Quast. As Johnson will pick it up now. 3-on-3. Coming into the zone here for Johnson. Gets into the high slot and a shot, and Fuller watches it right into the glove and freezes it with 10:15 to play. For the first time since early in the 2nd period, signs of the offense showing here for Totino-Grace. We've got a couple of shots in this period. As Brock Carls will try and clear it. Unable to do so initially, but Puello will do it on 2nd effort. Played here by Thrasher. Right with him is Keegan Johnson, and Johnson does a nice job of pinning Thrasher against the wall to lose the puck. But this one's thrown out. Ramirez trying to get it to the top for Puello. Under 10 minutes to go now here in the 3rd period. Johnson back the other way. Ramirez to his right, but the pass overled. East into the corner with Gallivan. Also Brock Carls, and now picked up by Thrasher. Brock Carls sticking with Thrasher all the way. Now Puello will join the party as the puck goes to the far side. Ramirez will tip it back to Carls, too strong. Thrasher will play it all the way down, and this will be another icing here with 9:15 to play. It's been a tough physical game, and we're starting to see a lot more icing calls that Totino-Grace is instigating. Sometimes that's a sign of the legs getting a bit tired. We are seeing more and more here as the game goes on here, particularly from the Eagles. Border will pick up the puck. Getting it up the ice now to DeYoung. Back behind the net, Peterson will chase it with Border, and Peterson wins that draw. Back the other way is Kate Anderson. Throwing it up there for Brody Pass, and Pass will just tip it to the near side. Van Tassel waiting for it. DeYoung is in there as well. Pass will keep it now for Van Tassel. He gets taken out of the play, and it's cleared back out to center by DeYoung. And another icing. The other factor on those icing calls is just the fact that Centennial has been so good pressuring offensively. Although we are almost to the halfway point of this 3rd period, they still have just the 1 shot on goal here in the 3rd period, officially at least. And that was the goal to take the lead. Halfway home in the 3rd period. 3-2 our score. Now a backhand try by Hemmer and turned away by Johnson. Johnson kept that pad on the ice and was able to make the stop. A bit of some acrobatics. Blair brings it back in. Far side, Carl's big time drive, but wide of the net. Schmeck will keep it in. Back behind the net now, tip drill out front for Searles, and right into the breadbasket of Wes Johnson. Centennial, after only one shot on goal through the first 8.5 minutes of this third period, they've put 2 more on in the last 33 seconds. Another face-off draw win for Centennial. The pressure stays on as Blair plays it to the corner. Gallivan is right with him, but Blair fights through the check. And now it's tipped away and back out to center. DeYoung is able to clear it up now. De La Forest will bring it in. This is played off the half wall here and back out to center. Right across. That's intercepted by Ramirez. Up the ice for Searles. Off to Blair. Blair being pestered by Peck, and right out in front, a pass across the ice and a goal. Centennial gets the insurance goal now. It's 4-2. Good pass, and it was Searles getting his second goal of the night and 3rd point overall. Goal number 19, and it's 4-2. And that is a big, big goal for Centennial when you're, especially when you're the favored team and the underdog continues to just hang around. Sometimes the aggressor is the difficult role to play. Searles gets the goal, his 19th of the season. Blair gets the single assist, now 25 on the season for Blair. That goal coming at 9:46, and it makes it 4-2. Now back the other way, and DeYoung bringing it in the slot, but rolling off his stick. He kind of went forehand to backhand, and he couldn't control the puck. And now tipped back out to center. A different kind of a mindset now maybe for Centennial up by 2. They've been the aggressor, but maybe just a little more defensive oriented to make sure Totino-Grace can't get back to within 1, as that one touched along the side wall there, along the benches, in a stoppage with 6:19 to play. With that said, 6:19 to go. Totino-Grace has to find some way to generate some offense here, and that is something that they have had a very hard time to come by outside of a couple of opportunities in the first period. They've had just 2 power plays on the day. They are 0 for 2. Centennial just the 1, and they got the goal. That's really the difference in the game. Opportunities granted versus opportunities lost. Tipped around at center, finally picked up here. Clayton Durr, he'll bring it in and immediately cleared back out. Everson will regroup here with 5 minutes, 40 seconds to go. Up the ice pass, 2 pass. And he evades a check there. Still with it is pass, now throws it out front. Van Tassel with a tip, but didn't have much on it, and it rolls past the net. Everson keeps it in here for Centennial, and this time a big drive, but wide of the net. And picked up here by Quast and cleared back out to center, but immediately pushed back in by Everson. Coming up on 5 minutes remaining here in this third period. Centennial with the lead, 4-2. They've scored 3 straight goals since Totino-Grace had a 2-1 lead. 1 coming in the second, 2 more here in the third. That pass in between Searles and Blair, and so it goes all the way through, and now Hemmer will keep it in. Turnaround chance, and the rebound right out front. Searles trying for a hat trick, puts it on net, but Johnson able to make the save. And Centennial keeping the foot on the gas here, trying to put this one away, maybe with a 5th goal. Try to send them to the section semifinal. And that one is on net. And Johnson able to make the save. And now this one right out front. Blair with a chance and couldn't get it quite high enough. 4 minutes, 24 seconds to play. We can tell you that the Maple Grove Crimson now with a 5-3 lead over Spring Lake Park with 4 minutes to play. If this score and that would hold, it would be Centennial, the number 3 seed, versus the 2nd seeded Maple Grove Crimson Saturday night, 7 o'clock at Fogarty Arena in Blaine. We would have that game for you here on North Metro TV. Austin Peterson keeps it in. Now tipped right out in front. Loose puck, a shot and a goal. It's Peyton Blair, his 24th. And that could do it here for Centennial as they take a 5-2 lead with 4:04 to play. So as Blair gets his 7th goal in the last 5 games, and that one may very well have put things away. At 13:56 of the 3rd period. Searles gets an assist. That's his 4th point. And now this one right out front. And that's a goal for Totino-Grace as they come right down and they score here with 14:17 gone in the period. So they answer just 21 seconds later. And it looks to be number 15, Clayton Durr, on the goal. So very similar to the first 2 goals scored in the game. Back in the first period, Centennial scored at 7:09 in the first period. Totino-Grace scored at 7:51. This one was even closer. And so whatever chances Totino-Grace has, they were able to get the goal here to pull it back to within 2. And now right up front, Van Tassel a turnaround. And Wes Johnson able to make the save on a bit of a spinorama play there as Van Tassel had a spin to the reverse. And now we're going to have a timeout called with 3:26 to go here in the 3rd period. And things have heated up offensively here for both teams here in the last 5 or so minutes of this one. 3:26 to go. With 9:46 to go, it was a 3-2 game, and now 5-3. Centennial scored a pair, and now Totino-Grace with an answer on the play, but still a 2-goal advantage for Centennial here with 3:26 to go. So again, Rich Minnie trying to put his team in a position to move on to the semifinal, and Tim Parkos, meanwhile, for the Totino-Grace Eagles, they're trying to figure out how to get some offense here late in the game. And the question is now, with 3:26 to go, when potentially maybe do you pull the goaltender Wes Johnson down by 2 goals in the remaining 3:26? Conventionally, you used to see it with about a minute to a minute and a half per goal, but more recently, even in the professional ranks, you'll see Dean Evison, for instance, with the Wild, he'll pull the goaltender with sometimes 5 and 6 minutes to go in the game to give his team the chance. Now the problem is Centennial has been very aggressive offensively, and the ice has been rather slanted towards the Totino-Grace goaltender all night. Centennial leading in shots here 40-18. So the first question is, can you get the puck out of the zone? The second is, how long after it do you consider pulling the goaltender Johnson? And question A Centennial able to win the draw, but it's tipped back all the way. Here comes Johnson. He's out of the net. 3:14 to go. Here's Blair with the puck. He plays it now for Carls. Now tipped away by Quast. 6-on-5 now with 3:06 to play. Puck tipped in the corner. Adams with the puck. Now tipped away. Played around but not out. Gallivan keeps it and now tipped away. Carls with the chase along with Johnson, and Johnson the first to it, and now thrown back to the near side. And Gallivan throws it but right to Searles, and his shot knocked away by Quast. Totino-Grace able to pick it up. Gallivan. 2:37 to go. Gallivan gets around everybody all the way down the near side. Here's Quast with the puck. And now a centering pass tipped away. Pass was able to tip it, and it clears out to center, and now thrown right back at Rich Minnie on the bench over there for Centennial. 2:21 to go. And the net will stay empty for Totino-Grace as the faceoff is in the neutral zone. Van Tassel will take the faceoff against Ben Box for Totino-Grace. The faceoff controlled by the Cougars. Puello lobs it all the way down, bouncing puck. Van Tassel will throw it towards the net, and it is in for a goal. Empty netter should do it for Centennial here with 2:13 to play. Van Tassel will pick up his 25th goal of the season. And Centennial now leads it 6-3. 15:47 the time of the goal for Centennial. And finally, maybe, with 2:13 remaining, these Cougars can finally relax against a Totino-Grace team that's clearly on the up and up. Lots of sophomores, couple of freshmen. Look out. Van Tassel, as we mentioned, gets the goal. Puello will get the assist, so Van Tassel will increase his lead for goals to 25, and Puello will pick up assist number 33, which also leads this Cougar team. You can see Wes Johnson Wes Johnson still in net now with the 3-goal lead here with 2:05 remaining. The puck tied up right out in front of the net. And finally the whistle here, 1:50 to go. And so, barring a late change in the Maple Grove Spring Lake Park game, it will be Centennial and Maple Grove, 7 o'clock Saturday night over at Fogarty Arena in Blaine. North Metro TV will be there. As this one right out front, and a shot there by Anders Westman, the junior, looking for his first goal of the season, but turned away by Wes Johnson. This face-off controlled by Totino-Grace. Back out to center here for Will De La Forest, but we've got a penalty here. And a tripping call. And Casey Coonan, the junior, will go to the box, and he's hearing it on the bench a little bit on his own side here with 1:31 to go. As the penalty will give Totino-Grace a power play here. Just 91 seconds to play, but This is cleared all the way down the ice. 80 seconds to go. All of it, barring a goal, will be on the power play for Totino-Grace. Here comes Blake Anderson for Totino-Grace. He puts a shot on net and knocked away by Fuller. And now cleared out to center, and Kate Anderson will bring it back the other way. 1 minute to go as Anderson gets it across to the far side now. Sam Minnie back behind the net, and now Anderson tries to tip it to keep it in, but they're content just pulling it all the way back here. 43 seconds to go. Pass will throw it back out to center ice. Thrasher had it, lost it, now gets it back. Down to 30 seconds to go. Minnie back to play the puck. And pass will clear it back out to center. Moore back to play it now. He gets taken out of the play. Pass will pick it up. Pass will bring it to the corner. Down to 10 seconds to go. Pass just holding it in the corner. Finally picked up by Loperfido. 3 seconds to go. And that's going to do it. As the Centennial Cougars have to sweat this one out. A tie game into the third, but 3 third-period goals by the Cougars will allow them to advance to the section semifinal. It'll be Saturday night, 7 o'clock. As Will Fuller gets the victory in goal. He gives up 3 goals against 16 saves. Meanwhile, Wes Johnson gives up 5 goals and saves 38 with the empty netter. And so the Cougars move on. They're now 18-5-3 overall. And Totino-Grace, meanwhile, their season comes to a close tonight. They are 9-16-1 overall. That's where they finish off their season. We can tell you that the Crimson also did score a late goal. So it's going to be Maple Grove and Centennial in that section semifinal. That's going to be the second of 2 games. Obviously, Rogers and Irondale, St. Anthony playing tonight. Also Chaplin Park and Mounds View. We do not have scores from them, but they'll have the first game at 3 o'clock at Fogarty Arena, and then 7 o'clock p.m. for Centennial and Maple Grove. That's going to wrap things up here from Centennial Ice Arena. Final score here once again, Cougars 6 and the Eagles 3. Cougars move on. Eagles season comes to a close. I want to thank the entire crew here for North Metro TV and everyone who watched as well. If not for you, there'd be no reason for us. So we're glad for you tonight. Cougars get the win. They move on. We'll have it Saturday night here on North Metro. For everybody here associated with North Metro TV, I'm Nick Walsh signing off. You've been watching the Section 5AA quarterfinal here on North Metro TV. So long, everybody.